Hey there, folks. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about another algorithm. This one's being called the insert sort. And, the first place I ever learned insert sort, I'm going to get down here for the camera's sake. First place I ever learned insert sort was from this place right here, Seattle University. That's where I did my undergrad in computer science. I highly recommend that school. So why insert sort? Insert sort could be used in cases where you have either a ready and where you have a nearly sorted list, And how does it work? Here's the way it works. You're going to have a very short array. This is the only reason this array is short is for the time of the video. 3, 2, 1 is the worst case scenario, and what you're doing is you're comparing this first element here is considered a sorted list. The rest is unsorted. So you want to compare 2 and 3, and if your value is greater than where you're starting, you want to copy over the element of your sorted list. So you copy your 3 over here. That becomes 3, 3, but then you have to put your 2 in the front. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Compare 1 and 3. That becomes 2, 1, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's see here. I've created two separate functions, or two functions, a swap. So it's going to do a comparison of the value and a value right here and what's in our right index. And then it also takes the array. And then I'm going to somehow need to loop through and do that for each element in the array. You'll see, it'll be fun. So first thing I need to do is say, okay, if it actually does need to be swapped, how do I swap them? I look at my array, and I'm going to say I have my right index, and I want the right index plus 1 to get that value. Well, let's just write that down. Array of right index plus 1 is going to get the value of what's in the right index. Simple enough, right? So that creates a 3, 3, 1. Okay. Now, how do I get the 2 in there? Well, let's not go into the whole thing right now. We know we have some skeleton code that we could put in. So I know array of something, I'm not going to fill that in yet, equals our value. I like it so far. Okay, now, excuse me. How do we make sure that we're looping through? Like, how do I get, the 2 and the 3, and then how do I get all the way over here and compare 1, 3, and then 2, or 3, 1, and 2? Here's how I would do that. I would loop through each one because I need to constantly update the right index. How to update my right index? We're going to do that with the loop, right? And what does our loop need to be? So our right index needs to start at some number, like here it's 0, but so that this list won't get any shorter, so 0 can down to 0. On this iteration of the list, when I want to insert 1 into 2, 3, my right index has to be at element 1, and then I need to compare 1 and 0 after that, right? And so then the right index, I know my right index needs to count down because of that. My right index is constantly going to be shifting over to the left. So let's count down using the right index. For right index is going to equal right index. Okay, right index greater than or equal to 0 because we're counting down. And something, I'm going to put something here, something really kind of special. And we're going to, count down our right index, decrement our right index. Okay. I need to put something here. I want to put another condition here. And the condition will say swap based on this. When do I want to swap? When the value is less than the array, or the value sitting at the right index of my array. So that's saying this value versus this is my value, this is what's in an array of right index, 2 and 3. Compare those two. Why you do it up here, I'll explain that in the latter half of the video, and I'll pause between those so you guys can just kind of get all this in first. All right, so I'm counting down. I've compared this is allowing me to say, okay, start at a right index that I passed in. So I start at 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 0. What's in here is greater, and I'm going to say, okay, array of right index plus 1, which is now sitting at value of 1 equals array of right index. So that is getting us 3, 3. Now I need to put my 2 right there. How do I get my 2 right there? What is that value? Okay, so the only thing I can queue off of here is right index. Here, here is 0. Since the loop executed, it's down to -1 right now. How do I bring it up to where I need to be? 0. I need to add 1 to it. Array of right index plus 1, and that's where that would come from. All right, cool. Okay, so real quick, here's how we're going to make sure we get every number sorted. So we're able to do that, but how do we get the we were able to get the 2 over here, and how do we get the 1 over here? We need to loop out to it. Okay, in that loop, what do we need to do? I need to know what do we need to send the swap function. Let's do that first. So, this needs to return the array. Forgot about that. All right. So here we're going to say array equal to swap. Let array equal swap of what? Our array. That's the easy part. The right index. What is the right index? We're going to find out what the right index is. Let's not do that yet. That's very important to keep your indices correct. Always very, very important to keep a handle on indices. Don't make assumptions. Some value, some index, and then of course we have our value. All right, seems reasonable. Here, and then we're never going to return the array. That's cool. Okay, so how would we wind up doing the insertion sort? Let's actually call this one here. Would that be appropriate to still call this right index? I think it would be. Right, the right index. But let's pay very close attention to what we're actually going to pass to the right index. So we know we're going to have a for loop, and the for loop needs to go from left out to the right. Yeah, because we're going to increase the right index. First, it's going to end at 0. Then it's going to end at 1, and well, it's going to drop off before we get to that number right there. So let something. What should that something be? Let's make sure we get a good variable name in there. That's going to equal 0, and then whatever that is. Well, I want that to be definitely less than the length, right? That's kind of an easy thing to do. And then something plus for loop, return, let, and then I return. Excuse me. So obviously we have a right index going on here. And we also need to determine what our value is, right? What's our value going to be? So I think something good to put in here is actually maybe perhaps instead of the right index, let's actually use the value. That actually might be easier to work with. So let's see. Yeah, so let's make this the value. Okay, and then this not only is the value, it's the index of the value. So let's call it value index. Value index here, and then increment the value index. So the value index starting at the left, and it's working its way out to the right. That's the index of the value that we want to send that we want to become. It's going to represent the value here, but we're going to start with the index. Okay, interesting thing here real quick. 0, should that be 0? Probably not. We want the index of the value, right? It's to the right of the sorted array. So it's not 0, rather it is 1. Okay, 1 go all the way out. I like that. We haven't told this function what right index is equal to. So for the value of our index is at 1, and maybe the right index should be 1 less than that. I think that makes sense. Here's your right index, here's your value index. So let's put a, let the right index equal value index minus 1. And I think that would look pretty good. The next thing to do is, like, how do we get the actual value of the value? I'm gonna sneak that in here. It would go it would go right in here because I ran out of room. So we're gonna let the value, the actual value, or we call it V. Not terrible name. It's not the greatest though. The value is gonna be equal to array of the value index. All right, awesome. I think we have actually everything that we need now. So we have a value index, we have a right index, and we're going to call swap with the array and the right index and a value. So let's look at what happens right now. I know this video is getting a little long, but okay. So value index is at 1. It's not greater than the array length. Right index equals value. So I put out the code here. If you want to continue with the video, I'm going to trace through it real quick. If not, go ahead and pause, but I'm going to keep going. See what happens. If you've paused the video, have a great day. So the right index is getting a value index minus 1. What would that be? 1 minus 1 is 0. 0. Array swap, array, right index 0. Value is set to array of value index, that's 2, or of this, and the value there is 2. 0 and 2, I take 0, 2. Okay, right index is 0, right index is greater than or equal to 0, and the value, being 2, is less than array of right index, which is 3. 2 less than 3, yes, that's correct. Array of right index plus 1, which is 1, is equal to array of right index, array of right index 0. The actual value in there is 3. So that puts your 3 right there. That's 3 right there. 3 is still here. How do we get 2 into there? Okay, we'll keep going. Come through, right answer has been decremented. This is now -1. -1 plus 1 is 0. Array of 0 equals the value. 2, 3, 1. Okay, we come back to this for loop. This now goes up to 2. And the right index is value index minus 1. So this is now 1. So we're going to swap 1. And the value is also 1. That's kind of interesting, huh? Okay, right index is at 1. 1 is still greater than or equal to 0. The value is 1. Array of 1 is now 3. Okay, 1 is less than 3. So array of right index plus 1. So it's array of 2. Array of right index is 1. So what's sitting at position in 1? That's the 3. So this gets shifted over. 3 goes over here. So this is going to be equal to 3. So that's how we get the 3 over here. Got the 3 there. Okay, we come back through our array, and now we've decremented down to 0. Right index 0 is greater than or equal to 0. Value is still 1. Is 1 less than array of right index? Right index is at 0. 0 is 2. Yes, it is. I did not fix that. 0, it was 0, right? It was 0. Now it's -1. Array of right index is 0. 0 plus 1 is now it's 1 again. Array of right index is 0. Gets assigned what's in array of 1. What's in array of 1? 1. So now we get, oops, that's not quite right. It should be 2. I believe that's 2. Right index plus 1, that's 1, equals array of right index. That's okay, that should be 0. Okay, so what's going to happen there is, I lost my marker. We're going to get our, right here, is going to be a 2 at first, so 2, 2, 3. How do we get the 1 here? Okay, we finish the loop, we come back through, -1 is not greater than or equal to 0. So we don't execute that. We don't decrement our right index. So our index is still at -1. We add -1 to 1, we get 0 again. That gets our value. The value is 1. We get 1, 2, 3. Okay, come back to this loop, and that would then want to increment to 3. Okay, is 3 less than 3? No. Job's out, it's done. I know this video was a little longer. I apologize for that, but there were just some things I needed to go through here. You can stop the video now. Give a like, comment, share, please, if you thought it was helpful. And I'm going to pause the video, and I will show you the code in just a second. So let me just find the pause button. Okay, folks, I've got the code pulled up here. I know you can't see all my comments, but this is exactly what I had on the board here. The insertion sort. You can see the code for the insertion sort, and the code for the actual, I call it insert here. This could be called just swap or determine sort, do swap, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's the insert code there. Insertion sort code here. Again, insertion sort is the main part. Insert is just a helper function. Hope you guys find this useful. I found it useful to review. Have a great day. Comment, like, share. Man, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, congratulations. It was a long one. Have a great day, everybody.